What's good with it? What's hood with it? AM, PM, mobile repair. Transportation?
Seth got the waves.
Hey, yo, Nash.
See, we're just doing some work around the house on a Friday. Keeping it easy. And wanted to do a quick little video on something I've been thinking about. Because I've been talking to a couple buddies about the trucking industry. I've always had, the last year or two, definitely since I started the YouTubes, been following different people, starting trucking companies, people who've already had them. Kind of trying to learn the industry, trying to figure out, what owner ops want and need, but then also kind of, just curious on, could you actually run a trucking company? Could you, what do you actually need to do to start it? Because shoot, for a while there, when they had that truck prices as cheap as they were, I was thinking buy a little used one, fix it up, or maybe something's got some problems. Maybe the DEF system's busted. Grab that thing up, get someone to delete it or tune up, and get it in. But I've really, in my head, I've always been thinking, maybe the wife and I do it when the kids are retired. But shoot, when they was talking about how much money was being made out there, put a driver in there, see what you got. But yeah, I got a buddy that someone that I work on his truck. It's just him. It's just he dispatches himself, and he said his life is real good, and he's got some good contracts, and he's looking at retiring, and he's like, yeah, man, I mean, they would just go to the wayside basically. So I started thinking, well, shoot, hook me up with them contracts. I'll even buy your dang truck off you, send you off into retirement with a good little start. We gotta set up a payment plan. If it don't make sense to get that truck, you get something else. But I mean, shoot, good little way to start. But with everything going on in the world, it does seem a little suspect, and that is something I always would hear the trucking YouTubers say is, oh, the getting's good now. You might be getting this $5 a mile, $7 a mile, but when it goes back down, and then, the case now, fuel's going up. I mean, shoot, diesel was like $2.80, $3. Now you're looking at like $5.30, almost double. That's double your money gone. So, yeah, I mean, so it's kind of one of those things where, you do what you know. But if I could learn from this guy, kind of get some training in, have him teach me, find someone steady, to get put in the trucks, to pay them right and treat them right, and see what you can get going. But yeah, I don't know. You can leave in the comments. Most people probably gonna be like, you're crazy. But I mean, I don't know. I see people do it before. Some people that I work for, I'm like, how do you own a trucking company? I've worked for trucking companies. I mean, shoot, Rosedale. Who else? Rosedale for sure was one of them companies that is hanging on by their tearing their, by a thread. That's how the company's being. That's how these trucks are being held together. Because by God, when I got in there, like, oh, make sure everything's good. Everything's good. Well, if we shut half the fleet down and none of the trucks would go because they're all not passing DOT, then that ain't it. And that's what was happening when I first started working there, and the higher-ups didn't like that. So, yeah, they say you don't want to fix, but they don't want to spend the money and time. All right, but I'll quit jabbling. I mean, I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to look at these real quick. I think I got the wrong ones. Damn it, man. We'll see. We'll see how it worked out. I'm going to get up there. Hold up. So, this is the screw-in kind. I mean, I could probably make it work. Seems like more of a universal, but I think the ones we got were, what are they? It's like I think it was the ones that would have like a slit right here and then maybe you tighten it down. I don't know. But we're gonna take these off. So yeah, just kind of going off what I was saying. Yeah, I mean, there's risks obviously associated with any business. But I feel like if you got a mentor, if you got someone to guide you that's been in the industry, if you've been in the industry, I mean, I would much rather have direct experience, like either, you know, being a driver, obviously, but I mean, I pretty much know the ins and outs of that, of actually, you know, of managing a driver, you know, and kind of what they go through, what they deal with, you know, not, you know, can't bullshitter type thing. But I don't know, it's kind of a deal where it's associated with my industry and that I'm already in, and you know, you got to just make sure, see if it makes sense too. I mean, really, my main thing at this point would be to learn like the DAT boards and actually how to get a load and how to get customers and how to get a lane per se, and obviously more, you know, more details than that, but you know, and then getting the cost of the insurance. How much is the insurance going to cost? Obviously the fuel's that's going to change on you. The prices of trucks are going to change on you, because I mean, I've seen trucks, you know, where you're looking at, we were looking at like 40 to 60,000, and now shoot, you're looking at, I mean, some trucks are selling for 100,000 up that were selling for that 40 to 60 grand. So you got a lot to deal with. But I don't know, it seems like the getting's good when it's good, because I don't know, some people out here, I always trip out when I see these dudes with these nice ass, souped up, chromed out, you know, real nice trucks, and then you see the little janky ones driving down the road. And I had a guy the other day, it's actually that International fuel pump. I mean, nothing wrong with this truck. I mean, it was a little old, it was 96, I mean, but I mean, props to the dude. He was just out there trying to get it, got himself a box truck, got himself some Amazon, got on like an Amazon board, and basically said that he could do whatever he wanted with that, and they would run him, Amazon would run him nonstop if he wanted to, and he's, you know, gets to pick his hours, all these type of things, the advantages. But then he had also been mentioning he had the truck for 3 months, he bought it for 14, and he's had about 15 in repairs into it, and then plus what we had to do, and I guess he had gotten towed. So yeah, I mean, he was a little discouraged, but I thought I needed this ladder. I don't think I will. He was a little discouraged, but so I mean, it's always a risk. I think for me at this point, it's learn the business, try and get you know, keep making a relationship with, you know, this potential person who could be a mentor. You know, I brought up the idea. He definitely seemed like he was down. He brought the idea up to me, and then, you know, we kind of just been talking about it since every once in a while. So definitely keep that conversation going and keep the relationship with him good. Because I mean, I think that's key, finding a good mentor. I think that's key if you're trying to get into any industry, finding a good person that can help you out, teach you, try and figure it out with you. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's too late to get into the trucking industry. Maybe it's not. I don't know. At the end of the day, you know, it's a risk, and I mean, it's a risk I'm willing to take, because I mean, if I can wait till truck prices go down a little bit, learn the industry, and then, you know, work my way up from there, and then when I find the right truck, buy it, build it up, keep it nice, pay cash for it, and then really at that point, all your expenses is going to be the fuel, insurance, long-term repairs. But you know, I'm my own mechanic, so that's going to help with costs. Basically, just going to be paying for parts, and you know, you're looking at the driver's pay, you know, IFTAs, things like this. You know, keeping it nice, keeping, you know, the living area nice for the driver. You know, I'm sure you're gonna pay for DAP boards, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more stuff that I'm missing. Feel free to leave in the comments. I mean, I feel like it's pretty. I mean, I'm not trying to say it's, you know, not confusing, but it's definitely not going to be the hardest thing in the world to figure out. I mean, you got people all over YouTube that are putting videos up, calculating their fuel mileage, calculating all their costs, and so I mean, it's definitely doable. You could definitely get some good models from there and start your way up. But I mean, just like I always say with all my other videos, I mean, the main key is just getting out there and doing it, starting it. If you're in a position where you don't just got a bunch of money to get down on a truck and shit, you get a job as an owner op, or not as an owner op, you get a job as a driver, company driver, learn, get your credit up, build your way up, and then you work into a spot like, what's that, the lease, the own to lease. There's a bunch of different stuff you could do. So, you know, at this point, I feel like I'm just talking on the phone with my homie. I'm gonna put my other hand down and see if I can't manipulate this on here. So wish me luck. I'll show you the finished product. All right, we lit it. We got it all set up. It's all on there. It wasn't the right one. This one is meant for one that has poles in it, but we're able to make it work. Hopefully it doesn't rip the nets up there. It very well may. I may have to figure something else out. And then how the ropes work, you just start it. So next we're gonna throw that away and then work on getting some old four-wheelers started. So we'll see how that ends up going. I don't have much hope. All right.